Hello, everyone. If you're new here, my name is Jelaine, and if you're coming back, thank you so much for your support, especially for my first ever fitness diary in this channel. This video is a follow up to my 30-day workout with the fitness marshal, and I wanted to take a moment to share with you the root cause behind starting this journey, and also to offer some motivation to anyone out there who feels alone in their struggles. Whether it's dealing with body shaming, facing setbacks, or feeling demotivated to the point of not taking action, I want you to know you're not alone. Basically, I'm here to pour my heart out and explain why I'm doing this journey and hoping I can inspire others as well. So, I want to start by saying my starting weight in this journey is 89.1 kilograms and my height is 5 feet 5 inches. Losing weight was something I just couldn't stay consistent with, especially because I have a partner who loves and accepts me for who I am. I've tried so many times before, but I always ended up failing. Complete failure. Then one day, I saw myself in my phone's camera and noticed my double chin. And not just that, I couldn't fit into my favorite clothes anymore. I'm the type of person who doesn't buy new clothes often, especially if I really like something. I don't care if people think I don't have enough clothes. I'll wear whatever I love. But beyond that, I started noticing my nape getting darker to the point where I stopped putting my hair down in public because I was ashamed that people would see it. No matter how hot it was outside, especially I'm in the Philippines and it's super hot, I would just keep my hair down. I also started feeling pain and discomfort in my body that I had never experienced before. I thought it was just because I was getting older, but honestly, it wasn't just that. I realized I had gained so much weight that it was affecting my health physically and mentally. And I want to say this to the girls out there, it's true. You tend to gain weight when you're in a healthy, loving relationship. My husband just couldn't say no when I wanted something, and while that's sweet, I realized I need to make a change. When I finally told him that I was serious about losing weight, he became fully supportive. He doesn't stop me from eating what I want, but he constantly reminds me of my goal. I remember him one time saying, if you want to eat something, go ahead. Just don't eat too much because too much is bad and you won't lose weight. So, I have a literal angel by my side, making sure I keep my eyes on the prize. My initial goal at first is I wanted to get my body back when I was 22 or 23 years old. But after looking at my old pictures, I realized I actually want to be thicker, not thin, but fit thicker, if that makes sense. But honestly, I just want to wear my favorite clothes again. Dreaming of being super slim is not realistic, especially for someone who already have two kids. My dream body now is to be fit and save money because, to be honest, buying clothes in the plus size section isn't cheap and I am broke. So, I need to fit in that one size fits all section. I also never really had any major health conditions, but I did start feeling pain all over my body. I remember when I went to the OB-GYN because I wasn't having regular periods. Sometimes it would take months before they came. That concerned me and my husband. And you know what? The doctor just simply said, you don't have any health problems. You're just borderline obese. And that really pushed me to want to lose weight. Don't get me wrong, I love my body now, and honestly, there's nothing about my shape that I hate. I just want to reduce the body pain and improve my mental health. I already have enough problems to deal with, and my health should not be one of them. My mindset when it comes to losing weight is to primarily focus on what I eat. Because the workout I choose to follow is fun and I know it won't be difficult for me to stick to it. So basically, I just make sure to eat home cooked meals most of the time. And as for my confidence, it's still very low for now, but we might revisit this video after 90 days or maybe next year when I've reached my goal of 70 kilograms. But as for my mental health, well, it hasn't changed yet, to be honest. But I am working on it. My mental health is mostly impacted by personal life challenges rather than my weight or health. But I try to focus on what I can control and not waste my time on things I can't control. So in this part of the video, I do have some questions that some of you might have. So I already have the answer for that. And if you wanted to skip to that part, I will go ahead and create a timestamp for that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the questions that you might have. Did I experience plateaus during this 30-day challenge? My answer is yes, but when it comes to plateaus, all I can say is that I'm a positive thinker. What I do is remind myself that while I might not be losing weight right now, at least I'm not gaining any. So all I have to do is get back to the workout and just keep going. I don't focus on thinking that nothing is happening or that I'm not losing anything. Instead, I focus on the fact that no additional weight is being added. You know? So, what about setbacks? For now, I would say that I don't have any setbacks, but I'm aware that they will likely come. There will be moments where I might think, is this all worth it? Because that happened to me before, and I've been really determined to lose weight in the past, and I set timelines for myself. I thinking if I just push through, I'll see results. But after a month of doing the workouts, or when someone tells me they don't see any changes despite all my hard work, I would drop everything and stop. And even though I lost weight quickly, I would gain it back just as fast, and sometimes even more. So now what I am focused on is being consistent. And also when it comes to food, instead of restricting myself, I'm trying to portion my meals, which is better for me mentally and helps me stay consistent, which we are about to talk about next. So let's talk about the thing that everyone who's trying to lose weight is struggling with, my relationship with food. And I know some of you can relate, so let's talk about it. So, food is my biggest struggle. Although I've been able to restrain myself from overeating, recently I've been struggling a lot for some reasons. And when it comes to my diet, I haven't followed any specific plan because I'm not really a vegetable eater. But I'm learning to incorporate more of vegetable because I know I need to. And that is also the reason why I'm stuck with 16-8 fasting method. If you're not familiar with it, here's how it works. 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. Even though I have 8 hours to eat, I always make sure to portion my food and not overeat. This is also why I don't follow any strict diet, just because I still want to enjoy my favorite food and eat the things I crave during my eating window. But, another but, I make sure to portion them out because I've learned that if I restrict myself too much from the food I want, I end up craving them even more. So when I crave for something, I just remind myself that I can have it later after my fasting period ends. And by the next day, the craving is already gone. So, with that being said, I still eat things I like chocolate, chips, even fast food as well. But I just make sure I don't eat an entire pack of chocolate or chips or whatsoever. So, I can still enjoy the food I crave, and it also helps me save money because I can keep the rest of it for another time in case I crave it again. I also have cheat days, especially when we have uh family days that are planned and the kids want some fast food. But that's fine. I just make sure to eat home cooked meals most of the time, continue portioning my food and stay consistent with my workouts. There are also times when I don't feel like eating at all. So my go-to snacks are peanut butter sandwiches and hard-boiled eggs. Two hard-boiled eggs, which are good, helps me feel full right away. But I've never worked with a nutritionist or dietitian, but I do watch a lot of podcasts and videos here on YouTube, especially those from people documenting their own journeys. And if you're wondering if I track my calories or macros, the answer is no, I don't. I don't track them because I'm not in a rush to lose weight and I still want to have fun during this process. I've tried counting macros and calories before and it felt like a waste of time and it killed my motivation for the day. And I ended up eating more. But I'm no expert. I'm just trying different things and figuring out what works for me. And another note that I just wanted to add that I don't count my calories and macros because sometimes I do feel like it's already a chore. What I just do is portion my food instead of counting the calories and macros. And all I can say about my eating habits is that I'm trying to improve them. I still eat whatever I want, but I make sure not to overeat. I know it may take a while to see results with this approach, but I'm not in a hurry. I want to change my eating habits gradually rather than doing it abruptly, which could lead to health problems. I've tried doing it quickly before and it didn't end well for me. So now let's talk about challenges with family, body shaming, and lifestyle changes. So, when it comes to changes I've made in my lifestyle, there's one thing I'm very proud of. I used to be a heavy smoker, a chain smoker actually. But now I can proudly say I've completely quit smoking for about 3 years now. And honestly, I think this is part of the reason I gained more weight. Because during the first few months of quitting, whenever I craved a cigarette, I would try to keep my mouth busy by eating. So as I mentioned earlier, my husband doesn't really care about my weight or appearance, so I didn't prioritize my health until it got to the point where even simple things like putting on shoes become a struggle. But I am confident enough to say that right now my relationship with food has improved a lot. I used to eat a lot of fast food and junk food and top it off with the dessert, usually with ice cream. Now I can still enjoy those food without eating them all at once. I usually eat them now one at a time. If that makes sense. But another thing that I wanted to talk about, and I think one of the hardest part of this journey is dealing with body shaming, especially coming from your own family. Not my husband and my kids, though. They're very supportive, especially my partner, who helps me mentally and stands by me whenever he hears someone says something hurtful. It actually really breaks my heart to experience these things, but what can I say, right? Try to ignore them, which is not really easy. Move on and use it as a motivation. And like I said, I'm not gonna stop saying this. I am so grateful to have a supportive partner and of course his family. My partner's family never really body shamed me. I think because they understand that words can really affect someone's mental health. And as for friends, I don't have many, to be honest. I mostly bond with my book club and my guild mates in Roblox. And to be honest, they never really cared about my weight. Mostly with my book club, we just talk about coffee, reading, and buying new books. With my guild mates in Roblox, we just always talk about how to get guild points. To be honest. Um, but by the way, shout out to my book club, the Bookish Bunch Book Club, and my guildmates in Roblox World Zero Hell's Kitchen. So here are the things I wanted to share about workout related stuff or a little tips as well. I don't have a trainer. I just follow Caleb Marshall from the Fitness Marshall on YouTube, where he posts fun dance workouts. You can check him out in the description box below, where I've also created a playlist of his dance workouts that I follow along with, in case you want to know which videos I've been watching. Or you could just simply watch my 30 Days with the Fitness Marshall. But with that being said, I've followed these videos in the past, especially after giving birth to my eldest son, Aiden. Not only did it help me lose the weight, but it was also a lot of fun to follow along with, to be honest. His attitude, his sass are so likable that it made me excited to do the workout every day. So much so that I didn't want to take rest days, which actually helped me motivated and with consistency. And I can't give out too many tips for staying motivated because, to be honest, I'm struggling with it sometimes. But what I can say is that I get excited to do the dance workouts because they're fun. And if I could just give one piece of advice, it would be this: look for a workout you enjoy. This will be a big reason to stay motivated. And for anyone starting their weight loss journey, pick a workout that you'll have fun with instead of forcing yourself to do something you don't like. If you don't enjoy it, you'll just get demotivated. And for anyone wanting to lose weight, especially those who want to stay at home, can't afford the gym, or hire a personal trainer, find a workout that is fun for you. Make sure it's something you think you can stay consistent with for the first 90 days. Because to be honest, consistency is key when trying to lose weight. It's hard, but finding something you enjoy will help you with consistency. And I know it's quite repetitive because I have been saying this with my first weight loss diary as well. To look for something that is fun for you so you won't feel like it's a chore. And I won't stop saying that because I want you to be consistent, just like me. And it worked for me because the workout that I am doing is fun for me. And that also helps me with motivation and consistency, because consistency over perfection. So don't rush things. It may take a while, but the important thing is that you're enjoying the process. And always remember, there's no such thing as good food or bad food. It's all about moderation. Too much is bad and too little is bad too. And portioning your food is more important than restricting yourself, as that only makes you crave more. I'm saying this just based purely on my experience. Honestly, on the outside, you might not see much change right away, but on the inside, there's this feeling of being lighter, moving more easily, and having less back pain. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to lose weight. I can also wear some of my favorite pants now, though I still can't fully zip them up, but I can button them up, which makes me happy. Now, when it comes to the tools and apps I use to track my progress, I just use my phone camera and my alarm clock. That works like a charm for me. And I don't feel pressure to use other apps. I have tried using my fitness pal before when I was doing a calorie deficit, and it was very helpful. However, I couldn't bring myself to weigh all the food I was eating. So I decided to stick with fasting and portioning my food intake instead. Again, I'm no expert. This is just based on what I've done and what works for me. Biggest success in this workout journey so far, so I can say, is that I can now slowly wear my favorite clothes again. While I may not be able to zip them up completely yet, what's important is I can, at least button them up, which feels like a huge win. And I also have planned to continue doing my dance workouts for 5 or 6 times a week. But for now, I want to keep following the fitness marshal and possibly incorporate other workouts or challenges along the way. I'll also keep the hard boiled egg and peanut butter sandwich as my favorite go to recipes for now. And as for my future health and fitness goals, I just want to be confident again and truly like what I see in the mirror. I also want to live a long life to watch my kids become successful, and of course to see my grandkids one day. But all I can say is take it one day at a time. Stay consistent and remember, you're not alone in this. Let's do it together. And that is all for our vlog today. Thank you so much for watching. Please do share your own stories or progress in the comments to inspire me and anyone who sees this. I would also appreciate it if you could share advice or tips to help me or anyone motivated through this workout journey. And if you'd like to follow along with more of my weight loss journey, don't forget to click the subscribe button, like, and share if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.